Meta is racing to release its first pair of augmented reality glasses in 2024. This is going to be a technology that not only Meta is racing to release, but Apple, guaranteed Apple is. Microsoft has been working on it for a while now. I'm sure Google with Google Glasses is working on it. I mean, Apple's been in the wearable tech game longer than most. And it's sad that Mark Zuckerberg he says he wants to have like an iPhone moment, which when Steve Jobs announced the iPhone leading up to that, he wasn't like, I want to have a light bulb moment. He didn't say that was the one crazy thing about Apple is that they are very secretive about the things that they're going to release. Not that Apple invented the touchscreen phone, but they perfected it in a way that everybody else mimicked. I mean, all smartphones come from that original iPhone. No company did it the right way until Apple did it the right way. And to think that Facebook is going to be the company that does it the right way is laughable, is very laughable. But as far as the technology, I'm stoked for that. I would much rather have augmented reality glasses than virtual reality glasses. I would rather be wearing glasses that, one, will probably fix my vision, but also, augmented reality give you like a heads-up display on things. I can have like a movie playing over here. I could have my computer screen over here just floating in midair, and not have to own TVs, not have to own monitors, put little earbuds, Bluetooth earbuds, or have the bone conduction, whatever that technology is for the speakers. But I'm all for that. I mean, it's just a matter of time before that technology not only comes out, but gets to a point where it's just like a contact lens. Or if it's Elon Musk's technology where he puts a chip in you, the whole matrixy kind of a deal, the implant, that will change as well. I mean, if you could have a chip implanted, then you can have augmented vision just by way of that interface. So it'll be interesting to see in this race of all of these tech companies racing to a very similar destination, to see which one comes out on top, which one comes out first and best. And I'm not going to hold my breath that Meta is the company to do it. But, it's good for Mark Zuckerberg to like call his shot, I guess. And that's the thing. Steve Jobs never had to call his shot. He just did it. And he kept it a secret, and he did the perfect announcements the way that Apple, like the Apple events when they announced new products, was a must-watch event for any tech person. I would get emotional watching them announce, like when they announced the iPhone, I was like, holy shit. I think that's when I bought my first Mac. I got a Mac Pro because I was doing a lot of web design. I was doing a lot of graphic design, and kind of started very short after that, started doing podcasting. But yeah, it's interesting that Zuckerberg thinks he's going to be the first. I don't know, just because he's definitely the most vocal about it, but 1,000%. Obviously, you have Microsoft with the HoloLens. That's been for years. They've been trying to do that. Google Glasses, same type of deal. And Apple's working on it. They just don't talk about stuff that they're working on. They just release stuff when they release stuff, and they like the surprise element of it. And out of all of the technology companies that make hardware, Apple is still like the dominant force. Aside from like the Android operating system, which is, open source, so that's why you see it on a lot of hardware. Google's not making hardware. Microsoft has a hit or miss. I mean, the Xbox is the best hardware Microsoft has ever made. Their MP3 players were garbage. Their phones were garbage. The only thing Microsoft hardware-wise that's been successful is their Xbox line of products. So, and then with Facebook or Meta, they bought Oculus, so that's the hardware that they're making. But VR and AR are different. So I'm sure it's probably the Oculus team that's working on this augmented reality glasses, but you know, they've got a lot of competition. And it's, I don't know. I think Zuckerberg saying it, he's hoping that helps to increase stock prices, I'm sure. He's trying to get people to think that he is on the cusp of the bleeding edge of technology, when the reality is, if you follow tech in any way or have ever followed tech, like, it's not, I mean, you're making, it's 2 years before you plan on releasing it. It's like, okay, it's not like an announcement that you're hopeful for. An announcement is not, it's pretty weak sauce in my opinion. So I am excited for the technology of augmented reality, but not, if I were putting bets on a tech company to come out with the successful version, I would say that Apple would probably be the one I would put my money on. Definitely would make way more sense on a variety. I mean, from a hardware quality standpoint, user interface generally, I mean, I prefer their operating system to Windows. I prefer it to Google. Not that everything that they make is great, but, you know, I would say, and as far as like having loyalty, brand loyalty, Apple's got solid brand loyalty and they make solid stuff. And even with their new release of like the Studio, like they're basically their Mac Mini on steroids, like the direction they're going in is, I think, very stable, I would say. With their Apple Watches and everything, it seems like they're still putting out high quality everything, their phones, all of that stuff. So I would put my money on Apple being the first out of the gate. Maybe not with the best. You know, there probably companies will come out with better functioning, you know, glasses or whatever, but Apple's going to have it's going to have the sweet spot, I think.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.